At Gravitas History, our overriding goal is to do your story the justice it deserves. We believe in the writing of history. We believe there's value in remembering and recording the story of an individual, a family, an organization. What distinguishes us is our dual emphasis, combining superior storytelling skill with credentialed scholarly integrity. We produce works of history as enjoyable as they are authoritative. Our bedrock belief is that history does not need to be dry to be informative, that stories can, indeed must, entertain and engage as they educate and elucidate. The primary building block of the work we do is the in-depth oral history interview. Using techniques honed over the hundreds of interviews I've conducted, we get people to dig deep, to remember, to feel and reflect, to cast new light on events and people that may previously have seemed entirely familiar. In addition, we pay close attention to the smallest details. One of the best maxims I've ever read about the art of writing comes from Mark Twain. The difference, he wrote, between the almost right word and the right word is really a huge matter. It's the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning. I've had that quote printed out and taped onto the wall above my desk for the last dozen or so years. Every word is important, every nuance of meaning, every bit of every fact. We will not rest until we get all of it right. For the finished product, I love the pure oral history format in which the main body of the narrative is made up chiefly of excerpts from the oral history interviews we conduct. But of course, we also love working in a more conventional narrative frame. Either way, the recollections and reflections of the people involved in a story will render that story's telling authentic, immediate, and vibrant. And while we emphasize the production of beautiful printed books and pray that Johannes Gutenberg's wonderful invention never becomes extinct, we can present your story in other media as well, ebooks, and, working with our expert partners, films, videos, and interactive web content. In 1932, G.M. Young, a renowned historian of Victorian England, wrote that, quote, "The real central theme of history is not what happened, but what people felt about it when it was happening." Or put it this way, a telling anecdote, a revealing personal encounter, a candid recollection followed by thoughtful comment on it. Any of these may tell us much more, with a much stronger and longer-lasting effect on the reader, than a truckload of facts and figures, dates, charts, graphs. We don't avoid hard data. We make sure our storytelling is chock full of precise information. But we know that such precision becomes even more powerful when paired with the insight to be gained only by listening to the voices of people at the heart of the lives and events being described. If your book is long on facts and figures but short on the human dimension, readers will stop reading after the first few pages. On the other hand, if it's full of funny stories but empty of larger significance, readers will get to the end quickly but then wonder why they bothered. A balanced approach is essential to ensuring that your book, or film, or web presentation does your story the justice it deserves.